Good afternoon, fellow traders. I'd like to take a couple minutes here to talk to you about risk management and how to not over leverage yourself on a trade. There's a lot of different ideas out there about it, but I'm going to go with you what I think works for somebody just starting out. And that is, if you're learning how to trade Forex, you should be trading a micro account, and you should not be trading more than one or two micros on any given trade. That's plenty enough to get you started and get you into placing your orders correctly and allowing you to make mistakes without blowing out your entire account. And you should never risk more than 0.5% of your account when you're starting out. That's plenty. You often hear 1 or 2% risk is what a lot of people take, and that's fine once you've developed a system that works real well. You've tested it and it's working out good for you. That's when you want to risk that 1 or 2%. But I want to show you an example here that was posted recently on a forum of a plan somebody had posted showing risking 10%. And you hear this every now and then. People show these examples showing you can make a fortune in the market. 20 trades and you can make a fortune. So I want to show you exactly what happens. And this is from experience. I've been there, done that. So I want to show you exactly what it's like and why these systems don't work. So we'll take a look here at this chart, and let me put it right here. So basically what we're doing here is we're only going to risk 10% of our account on any given trade. And according to our risk reward ratio, we're going to make about looks like an 8-to-1 risk reward ratio he's got on here. So let's go over a couple numbers here, and I'll show you exactly what it's like in real life trying to trade a plan like this. So we're going to take our first trade, and let's say we're going to risk our 1% or our 10% here, so $1,000. So we take our first trade, and it goes along pretty well, and it kind of works out for us, and eventually hits our target, and we made our profit target. So now we've got $8,000 in profit. So now we're feeling really good, and we go ahead and we look for our next setup. Next setup comes along, we enter that trade, works out beautiful. So we've made that trade, and now we have 15,000 we made. So we're just doing great. Still risking just our 10%. So now at this point we've had 2 trades that were done, and we've got over $20,000 extra in our account. And we're thinking, at this point, you're going to think, oh, I'm a trading god. I am a trader. And you're starting to think about buying a Bentley and getting you a place out in Beverly Hills or maybe upstate New York somewhere. That's what you're thinking about at this moment. Then we go and we get into our third trade. At this point, we enter our next trade here, and we've got our balance here, 33,000. We enter our trade. We're going to risk our same amount. Only this time, what happens is the trade goes against us. Goes down, hits our stop, and we're stopped out. So at this point, we take a loss on this trade. Now we're thinking, the trade ends up turns around, goes back up, and made your profit target. So at this time, we're thinking, oh, the broker screwed us. The broker screwed us. That's what most people think. They were running my stop. So you're still the trading god at this point. Now you enter your fourth trade. You get to your fourth trade here. You fire it off. And this time, you're going to show your broker up. You're not going to place a stop. You're going to show them. You're just going to sit and watch it. So as you sit and watch it, it starts to go against you. First it goes 5,000 against you. Then it goes 10,000 against you. And at this point, you're still thinking, I'm the trading god. I know better. I know this is going to turn around and go up. So eventually it comes down. It hits your stop where you should have sold, but you didn't have your stop placed there because they're just trying to run your stop. So you hold on a little longer. Then it goes more against you and more against you. And now you've lost, at this point, you've lost every bit of your profit. We're here on our fifth trade, and we've lost everything. We're back to square one. So at this point, you're thinking, well, it's just paper money. I'll hang on to it. and then it goes even more against you, and you've lost 3,000, maybe even half your account by this time. At this point, you're like, what happened? What went wrong? You can't stand the pain anymore, so you sell. As soon as you sell, right to the pip, it turns, shoots up like a rocket, makes your profit target. Now, at this point, your emotions are a total wreck. Your highs and lows that you've been through over the last several minutes have got you. So at this point, you just want to turn around, pick up your garbage can, and vomit. That's literally how you feel at this point. You've lost all that money. You're feeling miserable, and you no longer feel like you're the trading god. You've lost half your account. Now what do? You get the next setup here. You come in here, and wait a minute, what's going on here? At this point, we should have $102,000 in our account, and here we are sitting down at $5,000. Well, that's real life trading. What happens when you try to risk 10% like this? And that's why it should never be done. So at this point, you take your remaining 5,000, you enter the next setup, and this time you know better. You're not going to sell at all, because you know they're just stop hunting. They are going to run the market down. They're going to hit everybody's stops and turn and go the other way. So at this point, you sit there and you hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it until you're dead broke. You've lost everything. At this point, you get to where your trade closes automatically because your broker has allowed you to max out your margin, and they close the trade out for you. Now you've blown out your account entirely. Even though your plan says at this point you should have $187,000 in your account. What went wrong? Well, you're a human. That's what went wrong. And that's why you should never risk like this. So now that you've lost everything in your account, you now have to go to your spouse feeling like crap. You've done vomited again probably because your guts is just torn up from all this ups and downs and adrenaline and depression that you felt just over a matter of a few minutes. And at this point, you go to your spouse and you have to tell them, honey, darling, whatever, I've lost our entire life savings. And you're just going to feel miserable and probably end up in divorce. So the point is, don't follow plans like this. They're made up by people that don't have a clue about trading. They have no idea what trading is like in real life. So when you're going to trade, always, always, always control your risk. That's one thing that you do have control of. Never risk more than 1 or 2% of your account. And when you're new starting out, 0.5% on a micro account, that's where you should be until you are trading that micro account profitable. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video, and it's meant to be fun, and I hope you learned a little bit. So good trading to everybody, and have a good day.